Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some more features of Google Docs. So I started a new document just because my other document was getting a little crazy. So I'm going to continue with my Monroe Doctrine theme here. So I want to show you guys a couple of tools. So the first thing that I want to point out is that when you come into Google Docs, the text styles are automatically set for you as whatever you choose your default fonts to be. So the default is normal text, which is just paragraph text in Google Docs. So if you click on this drop down, you'll see there's different types of text options that you have set up for you in Google Docs, and some of the templates from the template library use some of these tools. And you'll notice that when I click on these, my fonts are different than yours because I've changed my fonts, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So you can set these to be certain fonts as well. Moving across, you'll see that my Google Docs start as in Calibri, which is not the default. I think the default is Arial. But I've set my Google Docs to always be in Calibri font. So let's talk about fonts. So here's my fonts, and I have a pretty big list of fonts, and you'll see I have a lot of them, and I also have some that have like arrows here in terms of they have like 3 different styles. So I have the light style, the normal, and the bold for each one of these. I've gone and gotten these fonts, and one of the big benefits of Google is that you can install your own fonts without needing to have any sort of administrative permissions. So if you click at the bottom where it says more fonts, it's going to open up the Google font library for you. All of these fonts are allowed for you to insert into your docs and to have them there. And if you do them in Google Docs, then they're available in any of the G Suite applications. So you'll see here, like the ones that have blue check marks are ones that I've already installed. You can filter by different types of font. So if you're only looking for handwriting font, you could do that, or you could filter by popularity or alphabetical or what's trending. So what you do is you just check new fonts that you want here to install in your Google. So I love the Roboto Slab. Maybe I like this one, and you can also remove any fonts that you have installed over here by clicking on the X. If you're like, oh, I'm not loving that one. There's a huge list of fonts. Any of these fonts you can install, and then you just click OK, and then those fonts become available to you in your Google Docs. So now all of those fonts are here for me in my list. So that's how you can add different fonts to your Google Doc. And then using the text feature here is pretty awesome. So if you click under normal text, what you can do is you can click over here and you can select the font that you want, the thing that you want to change. So I'm going to change my title. So select your title. Choose the font that you want it to be. So mine's set to be Anton. Maybe I want it to be Cherry Cream Soda instead. And I want that font to be size 36. So now that I've selected those fonts, if I come here and click on this arrow and I say update title to match, it's going to change my titles option here to now be Cherry Cream Soda size 36 always. I don't love that. I can change them to change it back, but you get the idea. So you can set each one of these to be something by clicking on updates to match, it'll change your fonts. So this one's huge. So I'm going to come into a heading, and you can do it for each one. So maybe you want your heading, so you select heading 1, and this is what it is. And I'm going to type it up, and I'm like, whoa, I want that to be smaller. So, and I want to keep the same font or whatever. So I'm going to make this smaller, and then I'm going to say even smaller than that probably. And then I'm going to come in here and say, you know what, heading 1 is too big, update it to match. And now heading 1 is always Antic Slab 24 font. So, and it's been denoted as a heading, and you'll see as soon as I hit enter, I'm now back into my normal text range because your document is looking for to let you type basically in a paragraph. So if I click on the drop down again, so you can set each one of these to be a custom font. So that's exactly what I did with my normal text. And then you can also reset the styles, or you can save once you change all of these to what you want. You'd say save as my default styles, and now those have all been saved as your default styles, and they're there for you, which is pretty awesome. And if you have defaults that you've already set and then you play around and you want to go back to just say use my default styles, or resetting will take you all the way back to what Google gives you when you first start. So that is this feature here, and it's really great. So what I want to do here is I'm going to show you a conglomerate of 3 tools, and all 3 of these tools we're going to do together. So and I'm going to do it all in this video. So the next piece, because I want to build this out and then show you how the document outline works, is what's called the Explore tool. The Explore tool is new, and it's the former research tool. You can access any of the tools that I'm going to talk about from the tools menu. So tools and then Explore, and you'll see it's got this little diamond icon, or in the lower right hand corner, it's down here, Explore in the lower right hand corner. They both get you to the same place. And what it does is it opens up basically a smart research tool for you that will work as you are building out your paper. So it's pulling from what it sees on my page, and it's starting to pull this information without me having to do a search at all. It's just saying, okay, you have the Monroe Doctrine written down, so what is that? So now if I want to read through this here, I can click and read through this article here, or I can click on the More tool here, and it's going to bring up all of those related articles. So they're from reputable sources. They're not just like info.com, but still good things for students to use and research. So let me pull up some content. So I'm going to pull up some content, and I'm totally going to do exactly what your students shouldn't do, which is copy and paste information into the file, because I just need some text in there is what I really want. So I'm going to copy and paste some of this text. And I'm just going to copy, and I'm going to come into my Google Doc, and I'm going to paste. Don't do this with your students, but okay, so I'm just going to pull some content, copy, and then come back to my doc. Oh, it's in there. And paste my stuff. So it's reloading now. Shh. Both of you. I'm recording a video. Jesus. Close your eyes. Okay, so now I've pasted in some of this content, excuse me, from the Explore tool over here. And now because I used, it's pulling all this content now. So it's constantly live updating. If you'll see now, it's pulling all the names of the people from my file, and it's starting to give you some related research. So I'm going to go back into click on the Monroe Doctrine, and you'll see now I have web, images, and drive results. It'll also search through all of my drive. I just pulled this information here from that Encyclopedia Britannica website. And so now that I've put that in there, if what I want to do is cite this, you'll see I get these quotation marks now, and I can cite them as footnotes, and it'll put in a footnote into my document for me. So you'll see here, and it's going to put a footnote into my document, just scrolling, maybe on the first page. There you go. The footnote of that resource that I just got there. So I can get that, and at the top I can change where it has the web results under these three dots. I can change my citation format to be MLA, APA, or Chicago style. So I get a footnote citation. I don't get a works cited, but students can pull these once they do that from like this, and then make it its own works cited page. So if I want to add an image in here, I could click on some image results, and I could find an image. And if I click on the image, I'll get a preview window like this, and it'll tell you that the image has been labeled. All of these images that you're pulling back are Creative Commons images. So all of these images should be labeled for reuse for your students to be able to use without breaking copyright laws, which is a really great resource for them here. So I have that, and then down here, so I'm on a new page. I want to put in another title, so I'm going to put in either a heading, anything but normal text. So I'm going to put in a new section, and I'm going to write about atoms. And then I'm going to just put in some regular normal text about him. So this is the Explore tool. Awesome. Now I want to talk about tools, document outline. And because I have used these different heading tools, my document now becomes navigatable. So I have my first header and then my second. If I click, it'll take me to the second page. So if I had 100 pages of this and I'm using different titles or heading text to denote different sections of my paper or my writing, my units, I'm able to click through all of those things to get to different locations in my document. So if I'm here and I want to insert a new page, so I'm going to do insert page break, and I'm going to do another section. So this is going to be a heading 1, and this is going to be and so you'll see now on the left hand side of my screen here, I don't know why I just rotated over, but I now get a new, and it does it in an outline format. So I get a new area that I can click on, and now I have a hyper document. So there's really amazing ways that you could use this for students to fill out different parts of information, to make this interactive. Making your document clickable in a hyperdoc is pretty awesome. I'm really excited about that feature and that resource for you guys. And I really think that there's great ways that you guys could use that with students in your classroom. So those are the two of the tools. And the last tool I'm going to show you is the voice typing. So tools, voice typing, and it brings up this speaker, and then I just press the button and it begins pulling all of my voice and starts typing it into my page. So I could use Google Docs to be able to verbally speak to what I want to write and let Google Docs write it for me, and then copy and paste that wherever I need to copy and paste that. This is an amazing tool. It's pretty intuitive, as you can see. New paragraph. Jackie is the bomb. So you get the idea. You click it to stop, and it can just sit here the whole time. You can change your language. It can just sit here the whole time. You can move it wherever you want it to go, and it can rock with you. It's pretty cool. So that is voice typing, the Explore tool, and the document outline. And the document outline, we're really going to focus on an opportunity for you guys to kind of brainstorm ways to use that tool in Google Docs.